All right, good afternoon and welcome back. Back to our channel, Prince Seats. Today still remains the 11th, so I beg your pardon. Today still remains the 6th of September 2025. And I have this big update for you on the expected disbursement, what you should know and prepare for. I know that many of us have been patiently holding on, expecting the awaited alert, and today I want us to sit back, to relax, and also understand exactly what is happening, because there is a good news, there is progress, and most importantly there is a clear structure onto how things are about to unfold. Actually, a lot of us knew that I once said that I never put in for Pioneer subscription. But a couple days ago, let me say maybe last week or something, I just had to. I finally entered into the Pioneer subscription. At least I did have Pioneer, so that I don't want to just be left off. When I didn't do it, I told you. Now, when I did it, I'm also telling you, so that we will not be out of the picture completely because of the way things are going. Whatever the case is, all of us are, we are risk takers, and so when I'm talking about the humongous amount, it's not as if because I'm not part of the process. You understand? So we are all into this together, and then nobody should think because I did not do it, that's why I'm trying to castigate and saying that's why you're talking about the humongous figure and all that. Now we are in together. You understand? So whenever I report UAG, I also report on the Pioneer, and anyone that you get in, there's no a kind of favoritism here or biasness in the process. We report every information that comes as at the time they come. So there is good news, and there is progress, and also most importantly, it's not as though the UAG is not delivering. No. In fact, with the information I got last week, all of them are being awaited this coming week. You understand? It's just because we are carrying the Pioneer information right now. But with the information I got as of last week, all signals are still pointing towards the coming week for both of them, whether Pioneer or the UAG subscription. We've started hearing or receiving some messages from people asking, what about those that did UAG and Theobat and the rest of them? I can't say of Theobat, for the records. I can't say of Theobat. I don't have a concrete information on Theobat for now, except Newman comes to say that. But on UAG and Pioneer, the coming week is the information we are hearing for now. So, once you understand the how, your mind will be settled, your expectations should also be aligned, and you'll be better prepared to receive what is yours. So currently, I want you to grab your focus. This submission is going to be answering a lot of burning questions that possibly you might have had over time. So just position yourself. Now, first things first, something big is coming. And we need to start with this, that the donor agencies have not withdrawn, they have not paused, and they have not cancelled anything. In fact, everything is still on course. So when we talk about international donor funds, we are talking about massive projects that is going to be executed. The structure is not just about throwing the money into people's accounts alone. It's about building something that is sustainable, that is going to last for years and not just weeks. It's going to last for years. They had this initiative and they are plunging it into the Nigerian system. And yes, it's coming, but you also need to understand why certain steps are important just before we start smiling to the bank for the records. So, but how donor funds actually, how they are structured, I might be cutting off some stuff, not saying them because of the public space and because of the heart of certain people that are quite so fragile than others. You understand? So a lot of people here, and we hear of the rumors going about and things like that, but then there's the real deal. The donor agencies have set aside this big total fund, and that amount covers everything involved in making the project successful. And trust me, you're still getting yours, but there are some phases to it. I might not now. For instance, we have the infrastructure support, we have the administrative cost. I don't want to delve into this at all. The infrastructure support, that is part of the funding that the donor agencies also set alongside to send. The infrastructural support, the administrative cost, the training and capacity building cost, the monitoring and evaluation cost, the logistics and also technology development costs. All of these are part of the fund that was sent. So there's no point elucidating on this, because they might have been assimilated in the course of all the going on issues within the ecosystem over time. So there's no point breaking them down into pieces. But all this humongous amount is also part, this cost are part of what ate up into that. You understand? So now, after all of this, what about us? If all of these funds are actually part of these activities right now, are to also scoop up part of this money, now what about us? So relax. It's a good part, because there's a clear allocation plan for everyone, and your name is not missing on that list. So the categories of disbursement where you fit in, I'm going to talk about them. The categories of the disbursement on the Pioneer where you actually are fitting. And here is actually the sweetest part, because the structure has been designed so that nobody is left behind. And that's why there are separate categories of allocations when we delve into the logistics and the preparatory funding, the miscellaneous and the hidden costs. And I think, who was that? There was one elder. Is it Elder Valentine? No, I think the person did not talk about. He didn't mention his name yesterday when he was talking. And what he was saying, he was making some sense, but he was just listing them. He did not really go details into them. So there are categories where disbursement features people in, where you talk about the logistics and the preparatory funding, the miscellaneous and the hidden costs, the subscriber-based allocations, and then the project-specific benefits, where majority people are actually featuring. But I will just paraphrase this. I will not go deep into it also. So the logistics and the preparatory funding phase, before anyone sees alert, logistics must have been sorted out first, which I believe that the donor agencies and part of the team that have been working alongside with the IMF would have sorted this out before now, which ensures that the payment channels are up, tidy, and everything is going to be smooth. There are costs that is actually allocated for that, that nobody experiences failed or delayed transactions. And think of it as a kind of lane smooth road before the cars start moving, and without it, things would definitely get chaotic. Then when you talk about the miscellaneous and hidden costs, the kind of the behind the scenes expenses that makes the big picture work, the emergency budget, the contingency funding, the operational allowances, these are the paraphernalias that ensures that nothing interrupts the process once it begins. All of these structures I'm counting out, they are part of the money that was also sent alongside, that makes this money big like that. You understand? It's part of what keeps the entire program flowing so smoothly. Then the subscriber-based allocation. Now, this is where you come in. All of us who are subscribers in this wing, this is where we actually come in. Now, if you subscribe under a cluster, under a platform, or under a lead, now allocation will likely flow through that structure. Now, you see, I'm using the word our because we are together. Before I used to use the word yo. You understand? So don't panic. This doesn't mean that there's going to be delay. Nothing at all. All of these have been structured into the process. In fact, it means that your details are already organized and easier to process because of all the structures that are already on ground. So those who registered are already positioned for the disbursement. Everyone gets accounted for and nobody's left behind. All of these funds are meant to structure people in so that when there is disbursement in real terms, nobody is going to be left out. Everybody is going to be catered for. Then the project specific benefits, that's the core benefit allocation. Beg your pardon. The core benefit allocation, the actual amount that is meant for you as a beneficiary. It ensures that it doesn't only come as cash alerts alone, depending on your subscription level and the donors plan, that you may also get the direct cash allocations, some of the tools, resources to start something bigger in your life, and the empowerment that is needed for that subscription. So donors aren't just giving you fish, they are teaching you to own the boat. They're teaching you to be able to cast the net yourself and catch more fishes, by yourself. And that's the beauty of this design, honestly, to be honest with you. I know that we have been waiting, and the waiting has been so long. There have been speculations, anxieties, and sleepless nights. But trust me, patience right now actually pays off because the funds are secured right now, and your details are safe, fishes are set. And whatever rumor is going on right now is nothing. We've gone past that. You understand? So instead of stressing over when this is going to be, just focus on preparing for the moment that your alert is going to land. So position yourself, stay updated, all right, prepare, and keep your expectations so balanced. The good news is that you will benefit. You benefit. And either ways, you are positioned to gain. So finally, the funds are real. The nobody's left out. Patience and preparation is ongoing. And to all the families that are listening to me right now, we are closer than ever. The systems are already in alignment. The logistics are all intact, and once the green light is given, the process is going to roll out according to the structure. So this is not the time to panic for anything. It's not the time to give up. It's the time to stay informed, because the coming week, it's a real blessed week. The coming week would be a real defining week for every one of us by God's special grace. So keep your expectations so high, but also understand the process, and that way you stay ahead of others. Stay calm and stay ready. Thank you very much. This is Princess. In case you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital updates. Do have a nice day. Bye for now.